Good morning and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining us today on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Welcome. And today we're reading Long Hair, Don't Care, a poem about boys with long hair by Guerra. And of course, this one is our very own right here in Auckland, an educator in Auckland as well, Guerra. Good morning to you and welcome to Storytime. Thank you so much for joining in. As always, let us know where you're joining in from and who is joining in with you. And of course, this week we are reading books that are related to the Social Justice Holiday Book Fair that is happening. Bring your kids, join us from 10:30 to 1:30 on Saturday, December 12th. Do join in for the Social Justice Holiday Book Fair for your children. Do join in and find out all these amazing creators and their amazing work, including this creator right here, Guerra, will be there. And this fair will be hosted by, of course, yours truly on Saturday. So do join us for that one and find out on the event page. Find out on the link below to this video. You will find how you can join in and find out more information about the Social Justice Holiday Book Fair. I am excited to be here. And if you remember, we've read this book on Storytime once before, but of course we love it so much we brought it back, and this time too it is very relevant as we are building up to our Social Justice Holiday Book Fair. Thank you so much for joining in today. Please let us know where you're joining in from and who is joining in with you. Happy Wednesday to each and every one of you that is joining in today. Hugs to all of you. Thank you so much for joining in. I am excited to share this book with you, and I hope you enjoy it, enjoy the great stories, and I hope you're enjoying the lineup that we have so far for you this week. And remember, if you can't catch Storytime live, you can always catch us later on on our Facebook pages, but you can also find us on our YouTube channel, Storytime with Mr. Limada. Do join us for that, and always for the latest content on our Instagram platform as well. Thank you so much for joining in. As always, I am glad you're here. I am happy to be here with you. Always the highlight of my day. Thank you so much for joining in. Let us see what we have today. Long Hair, Don't Care, a poem about boys with long hair by Guerra. But before we go on, please be reminded that the Social Justice Holiday Book Fair is happening 10:30 on Saturday right on this platform. So do join us then. Thank you so much for joining in, and let us see who is with us this morning. Good morning to you, of course, Tudo in San Francisco. How are you doing, buddy? Thank you so much for joining in today. Absolutely appreciate it that you're here. And of course, Madalena Iron, good morning to you as well. Thank you so much for joining in. And just a reminder to Tudo and Madalena joining us from San Francisco. Yes, indeed, right next door. Good morning to you, Ellen Edwards in Chicago. How are you doing today? Hopefully staying cozy and warm, and of course, right here with us. Thank you so much as always, Ellen. I appreciate you. Thank you. Harmony Beth, good morning to you. Thank you so much. Happy holidays to you. Thank you for joining in Story Time today. I am glad you are here, and I hope you're ready for the Social Justice Holiday Book Fair happening on Saturday. Thank you so much for joining in. Sheba Chanda and Benjamin out in Avondale, Lusaka. Thank you so much for joining in. How are you doing today? Thank you for joining in Story Time. Clay and Chriselle out in LBC, Long Beach, California. Good morning to you. How are you doing today? I hope you're ready for this beautiful story. Long hair, don't care. Thank you so much for joining in. And of course, please do extend some love as well to Grandpa June. Thank you so much for joining in. Tamra, how are you doing? Tamra Katla Hartman, how are you today? Thank you so much for joining in. Please let us know where you joined in from and who is joining in with you. Good morning to you. Cosby and Colin, how are you doing? Good to see you from Delaware, Ohio. Thank you so much for joining in today. Amanda, Frank, how are you doing as well? Thank you so much for joining in. Please let us know where you are joining in from. Yes, indeed. And Ellen, you say, yes, I remember this book. It is an absolute good one. Thank you so much. And of course, Guerra, the author, has her latest book, which she will be reading at the Social Justice, during the Social Justice holiday book fair on Saturday. So do tune in and listen to that book, see it, and see the amazing book that it is. Thank you so much for joining in today. Jay, Diamans, and Ava, Scarlett, good morning to you. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining in from across the pond. Good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining in. Aurelia Lee, how are you today? Thank you for joining in. Let us know where you joined in from, and if anybody is joining in with you, good morning to you. Callan, thank you so much. You say good afternoon to everybody. Yes, of course, you're joining us from Delaware, Ohio. Thank you so much. And of course, Cosby as well. Good morning to you. Abraham in San Leandro, how are you doing today, my guy? Thank you so much for joining in. Terry McLeod, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us, as always. All right, Sheba Chanda, well, do say hi to Benjamin for us, even though you're joining in alone. Love having you here. Thank you so much, Sheba Chanda, for that update. Thank you, thank you. Aurelia, you say you're joining in from Pennsylvania with Andres. Andres, good morning to you. How are you doing today? I hope you enjoy the story that we have and many, many more stories that we have coming up on Story Time. Thank you so much for joining in, Andres. Thank you. Amanda West, Sarah, and Nathan in Illinois, good morning to you and welcome to Story Time. Ino Santo Nagara, one of the organizers of the Social Justice Children's Holiday Book Fair, has just posted a link for us down there. You can find out more information, the Facebook event for the Social Justice Book Fair. Please do join in and see all the fun that is lined up for you. Do join in on Saturday, 10:30. If you can manage it, whatever time you can, 10:30 to 1:30, we'll be there. Many authors, many great activities happening, including a poet laureate that will be with us. So please do join in and enjoy all the fun. Risabella, Luis, and Leslie, thank you so much for joining in. I am glad you're here. Thank you so much. Danny, good morning to you. Thank you so much. And yes, indeed, Jill Guerra is an educator and author right here in the Bay Area in Oakland, and her new book, When I Breathe Deeply. Yes, indeed, she will be reading that one for us on Saturday. So do join in and listen to that one and also see where you can get yourself a copy. All right, for now, we're going to be getting started with Long Hair, Don't Care, a poem about boys with long hair by Jill Guerra. Good morning to you. Let us get started. And just a reminder too, you can find out more information about Jill Guerra and her platforms called thelovecurriculum.com. So you can check her out on those. You can check them out on those platforms. All right, let us get started. Long Hair, Don't Care, a poem about boys with long hair by Jill Guerra. Look to your left, look to your right. Boys with long hair everywhere in sight. Long-haired boys everywhere. Big boys, little boys, boys with hair. Long hair playing sports with boys. Long-haired boys big and small. Long hair splashing in water. Long hair up on days that are hotter. Long hair kisses on the cheek. Long hair is beautiful and unique. Long hair eating delicious food. Oh, yum. Long hair in a silly mood. Long hair working answers out. Long hair makes me scream and shout. I love my long hair. Long-haired boys love their pets. Long-haired boys sometimes get upset. Yep. Long hair cuddling on daddy's lap. Long hair needing a nice long nap. Long hair creating works of art. Long hair sharing loving hearts. Long hair laughing, having fun. Long hair for anyone. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today, and I hope you enjoyed that beautiful, beautiful story. Heartwarming. All those smiling faces just make my heart glad, and I hope they did the same for you. And that was Long Hair, Don't Care, a poem about boys with long hair. Yes, indeed. Let us be in a community let us help build a community that is accepting of people, whoever they are and whatever they choose to do, for as long as it is not offensive to anybody and it is what makes them comfortable. So please do play your part. There is a bigger big than all of us. So let us make sure that we're always playing our part, building those little blocks so we can make a beautiful community that is inclusive of everyone. Thank you so much for joining in today on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And for many great books with such great lessons, do join in for the Social Justice Holiday Book Fair that is happening this Saturday, 10:30 to 12:30, hosted right here on the Storytime platform. So do join in and find out what all this buzz is about. Lots of fun guaranteed. Do join in for that one. Thank you so much for sharing story time today. And of course, I am so glad you're able to spare this minute and start the day with us. Or indeed, share part of your day with us, whatever time it is where you are. Thank you so much for joining in story time today. Absolutely appreciate you. Let us see who was with us and got to enjoy that beautiful story. Thank you so much, Inosanto Nagara, for joining in story time today. Much appreciated. Danny Rodriguez, good morning to you. Isabella, Luis, and Leslie, thank you so much for joining in story time. Absolutely appreciate you. And good morning to you one more time. Good morning to you, Isabella, Leon, and Mateo. Thank you so much for joining in for story time today. I hope you're having yourself a beautiful day. Thank you, thank you. Rachel Reed Mudenda, it has been a minute. Thank you for joining in live today on story time. Good to see you here. I hope you are well. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you're doing well out in El Paso, Texas. Thank you so much for joining in. Madalena, Iron, and Tudor, you are very, very, very welcome. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime, and of course making this community what it is, a loving, smiling place indeed. Thank you so much to the Social Justice Children's Book Holiday Fair that is coming up, and we will be right here on Saturday spreading the love, enjoying the love for books. Thank you so much for joining in. Terry McLeod Kastweka, you say thank you so much for that book. We love all lengths of hair. Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining in. And that is what Storytime is all about, bringing inclusion to everybody. Thank you so much for joining in today. Eva Scarlett is excited for this story today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Eva Scarlett. All right, everybody that joined in Storytime today, thank you so much. And if you're catching a recording of this, please, thank you so much for joining in, for spending time on reading. Keep encouraging the little ones to read. And of course, do not miss the big event that is happening on Saturday, the Social Justice Holiday Book Fair. And it is happening this Saturday. Do join us for that one. Thank you so much. Please do join us again tomorrow when we have an exciting book that is coming up. And this one is called Oh, Baby Boy. Oh, Baby Boy. Do join us for that one tomorrow and enjoy another great story. Thank you so much for joining in. And this week, remember, we are honoring and celebrating all the authors, some of the authors that will be participating in the Social Justice Holiday Book Fair. So do join us with them for that one. But I am glad we're here. I am glad we got to spend time together. Much love from me as always. And I will see you in the morning when we are back for Oh Baby Boy. Thank you so much for joining in. Have yourselves a beautiful day and beautiful rest of your day wherever you are. Thank you so much. Please do join us again tomorrow. Bye-bye.